The work that had been done on the Roosevelts, again, biographers, Doris Goodwin. Everybody has written about the Roosevelts. My view of it, looking over my shoulder, is that it was really more about him than her. Even though she's a dominant character in all these stories, and she's someone who looms large in the imagination, really it was about him.
Always. Yeah. And I think that, you know, historians are people.
Yeah.
And I think every historian, I mean, unless you were violently opposed to FDR and his policies, every historian fell in love with Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Right.
And it's hard to blame them.
Right. Yeah,
and so the story is always Franklin. He marries Eleanor. It's lucky Eleanor, although at the time nobody thought lucky Eleanor. All of their social circle thought, oh, lucky Franklin to be marrying up.
Yeah.
You know, and
hard to imagine these days Roosevelt marrying up.
Well,
right? He seems like the elite of the elites in the mind's eye.
He was, but he was kind of a dweeb at Harvard. He didn't get into the best clubs. He wasn't an athlete. He wasn't a scholar. He was kind of a schlep and arrogant to boot. And Eleanor was tall and slim and a terrific dancer and spoke 3 languages and had been educated in English boarding school. And Teddy Roosevelt said she was his favorite person in the world.
Yeah.
So lucky Franklin. And then he goes on to become Assistant Secretary of the Navy, and he becomes governor, and he breaks her heart, is how the narrative goes, and she never recovers. And in her brokenheartedness, she goes on to do good deeds for which we are all grateful.
Right.
And that struck me as
she channeled her energy into that, right?
Yeah. Yes, as people like to think women do. And I mean, she wasn't baking cookies, but she was certainly doing good deeds